everybody, it's Rita here, and I decided to do a second video this afternoon. I decided I was going to try to get the spine situation to sew the signatures done in this book. So what I've done here is I earlier had attached this, it's like medical tape, and I think it's going to be strong to hold it, but it's going to look ugly, so we have to cover that. And then I noticed here that this part of the spine, I probably cut that when I was cutting the book out. So I'm going to repair it, but probably put lace over it to hide it, or some kind of trim or something like that. But it won't affect the ability of the book when I get all this in here. So I wanted to cover up this ugly area. So what I decided to do, because the spine, I've already cut this piece of cardboard from a cereal box, and it's 1.5 inches inside of this spine area. So whatever size your spine is how wide it needs to be. And then we'll cut it off here. I think I can see here I want this blue to show and a little bit of this print down here to show. Okay, so I'll decide where to cut that after I get the other stuff on. Yeah, okay, so I also cut 2 pieces of the scrapbook paper that I showed you in the last video, and I cut those to size, so those need to be glued in as well. And it's I got it like 2, really, it has to be perfect or it's not going to cover, but I'll get it. Okay, maybe I'll use fabric tack, that way it can move a little bit. So on these things here, because these would still show, if I put this, and then I'm going to put that one didn't come out the right size. I gotta recut that. Oh, I know why. Okay, so I want to cover the spine with this also, so that when we put this on here, they will all match. But that little bit that might show, that's what I don't want. So what I did was, in my videos not too far back, I had made the washi tape. And this tape is very strong, so I think it'll help hold that spine area that's kind of weak, maybe still. Guess I need to trim that off. Okay, so I'm thinking just putting it here to, I just want to cover all of that tape, just in case it shows. So I'm going to cut it about right there, I guess. Okay, I think I'll ink a little bit. It's hardly any of it's going to show, but you never know. So let me get this stickiness off. Okay, and in my playlist, there's a place that says how to make washi tape. So if so I'm gonna like go more to the outside edge of this, because that's going to be covered, and so I think that'll work. If any of it's going to show, plus it gives it a little bit more stability. So see, when I glue this down, yeah, see, I was worried about, where's that spine at? Where did you go, spine? Gosh. Oh. So see, that spine, that little bit right there will be covered, so the spine, it won't show. because I could put fabric all through there, you know, but I thought it would be just as easy to put this tape down and that one little piece wants to pop up anyway, that tape on the other side. And this tape is so strong too, so it should be good. Okay, cut this part off. There it is. Okay. So make sure that I get it close enough to the top and hides that. Might have been a little bit too long. Oh, I took all that off. That was not very smart. But then again, you know, okay, it's going to be left. Hopefully none of it will show when I get done. All right, so now I think I could put fabric tack on this and do this part next. And that will be drying. I better wait till I get the spine all fixed. Okay, so here we have, let me give this a little indentation here. So we have this spine that is just cereal box cardboard. You probably could use something a little thicker, but I measured the inside of the spine and it's 1.5 inches. So now I probably made it's a little too thick because the tape. Okay, so I need to cut off just a smidgen of this. Darn anyhow, because I wanted it to be exactly 1.5. Okay, let's see. Oh, sorry, just moved. See if that works. Okay, so that's there. Yeah, I think that's down in there so that this can move freely, but it's good because we're going to glue that inside there anyway. All right, so then I took this piece of scrapbook paper and I cut it 1/2 inch wider than this because I was thinking to fold it to the other side, to the back side. I'm trying to think. I think maybe that was too small. Let me see if I can score it. I probably should have made it not 1/2 inch bigger, but 1 inch bigger. But I thought it would look better if it wrapped around. See how it does. The scrapbook paper is kind of heavy. also. Well, why is that? Sometimes I get so frustrated. I'm sure maybe it's okay. No, it's not. I don't have any room to fix it. All right, I'm not gonna fold it over, I guess. I'm just gonna glue it in. And then I'll trim it off. I guess I'll go inside between those lines because I wanted it to cover underneath it. I didn't want any raggedy edges. Okay. Guess I should have waited for this to dry. I don't have time for drying time. Well, you know, this whole thing is going to be covered with the signatures, but I think I'm going to just cut it a little bit more, just a smidge. Plus it straightened it up. Okay, that's gonna fit. All right, I'm not gonna cut that off. I'm just gonna glue it down. I'm sure I don't even need this much glue. All right, we're happy. I'm happy now. Okay, I want to bring this down just a little bit and just have it come down a little bit more. So I just measured this to the spine, not pre-measure and then cut. I just, that was just, I think, easier. A little ink on the edges. Okay. don't know if I'll get to all of this in this video or not, but so the next thing we need to do is get where we're going to put the signatures. Oh, come on. Come on. I can't get it in there. I have different glasses on right now. I need a set of magnifying glass sitting here too. So it's getting later in the day, so it's harder to see. And it's getting hotter too. Okay. So what we have to do now is check on our signatures, how tall they are. And I measured mine, I think it's 8.5. I think this is gonna come out to 8 3/4. And I believe that these are 8.5 at the largest page. The tallest page. I think this page is one of the tallest ones. So let me check this. Oops. And that comes out to 9.5, okay? So, I mean 8.5, I lied, 8.5. Like, how can that be? All right, so if this is, so what we have to do is make sure that I'm gonna mark this the top. So, and this measures across 1.5. It's still 1.5. Okay, so 1.5, half of that is, let's see, let's get the center of this first. So that's like a little over 8.5. So 4 1/4 would be center. Okay. That's where our center mark is going to be. Yeah, that's the center of the whole thing. Then we have to find the center of this. So 1.5 would be 3/4. So let me get rid of that. Go up here to 3/4 is half. I think that looks deceiving because 1 1/4, I mean 3/4 and 3/4. It looks like because of this blue. Okay. So then I know that we need a dot 1/4 of an inch on the other side of this dot, because we need 3 signatures. Okay, so we have half of this, half of 1 1/4. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So let's say 5. 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah, that's 1/4. It's between 1/4 and a little bit bigger than that. Okay. Now, line this up. Should have had my mat. I'm gonna line this up straight as I can. And we're gonna come down. Let's come down 2 inches from here. It's not on the mark. Well, I must have had that wrong. Let's do 1.5. Let me do this again. I probably almost 1.5. Okay. Very complicated, huh? Okay, so we're gonna do the next line. Hold on, I can't do it with that ruler. Hold on 1 second. This would make life just easier because you can see that everything is lined up. Okay, 1 dot there, and 1 here. Then we're going to go over 1/4 of an inch again, maybe a little bit more. 1 dot here, and up there. Okay, so this is where we should be the same on all sides. Let's see, what's that dot and that dot? Okay, so we're probably good. Okay, now I'm going to take, well, I need a template, so let me just get a piece of paper, scrap. Well, I really don't need a template. I lied. I don't need one. Okay, so I'm gonna punch a hole in this first little dot right here. And I'm gonna punch one in this dot. And if you have a thicker spine, you can use the Crop-A-Dile to do this. Try to just get it on your little dots. These little bit bigger dots, then using the awl to get in there. You can use the awl if you don't have a punch. That's a little bit. Okay. So that's the top. So at this point, let me close this up. That's the top, and then our signatures are going to go on this part. So that is the top up there. All right, so let me, I think that paper clip is doing something and it's not. Let's see, did I have a preference to which one goes first? I think that one's the middle. I think I like this one maybe first. I don't think it matters. So this one, we're gonna do the middle one first. It's easier to do the middle first. All right, so let me get my little, these are all from the Dollar Tree, those little things. All right, so I'm just going to kind of look and see if everything is lined up. Move it down if you need to. It looks okay. This one I should have decorated, but I think I can do it while it's in the book. This, okay, right there. I'll stop moving. There. So this video will come out the next day. So I hope everybody's having it'll be the weekend, so I hope everybody's having a nice weekend. We're supposed to get some pretty heavy rain, I think. Sunday. But we need it. Our yards are, well, they're not dry, but alrighty, this guy, take that out. Those are, okay. So I'm going to take my ruler, just, whoops, he moved, and just kind of tap it down to see we got everything at the bottom. And then clip it. Okay. So this one goes up this way, and then we're going to take our little template, and I'm going to line this up so that I can see that it's even. And pencil, I'm going to mark it right there, and right there, and right here. Okay, so I'm just lining that up right next to that signature, next to those holes. Okay, so that's going to be the middle. And then I don't know that I think I can mark them after. I'm just going to go ahead and do this because if I don't have time, you'll see. Okay, so top. Got to keep remembering that that's at the top. So this, I watched a video, and I can't tell you who she is. Oh my gosh, I wish I would remember who people are. But she didn't, you know how you put them in the cradle and punch them? She punched it, I need a book. Oops. She punched it flat, which I thought was great because I don't know about you guys, but I have the hardest time punching and keeping all the pages in the same order. So I'm going to try it. I don't know what the worst could be yet, getting it off, but I get it off anyways other times. So this way you can go straight down and punch it. Pretty thick, that one piece is pretty thick. There we go. Punch this one right on your dot, and that should match up to that template wherever we're punching. All right, and this doesn't all have to be precise. I did like 1.5, but you could, I don't know if you want to go any closer to 2, but you can go as far out as 1. Okay, so that's that. Now we're going to bend it back in, and I'm going to get some string. Get get different glasses on. This is too far away. I mean, I need to get close up is what I'm trying to say. This string is almost just a little too wide to fit in this needle, but I don't have another needle. Okay, there we go. So we want 3 times, so 1, 2, 3, as close as we can get to it. All right, take this and go straight through the middle. Get her go straight through the middle. Okay, how can it be hanging up? I didn't move a thing. There we go. I just missed it. Okay, and then through the middle of this. It's a little tricky to hold this template. Actually, I think they bring this through before they even attach it to the template. I've got to clamp that string down. Okay, and then up through this hole and through this part. Okay. Then this part. I don't know if it has to do with this cardboard or what. This, there we go. Just can't get it, that's all. Okay. And then back down through here. I really do kind of like this spine better, simply because it's not such a struggle to hold the whole book, you know, that kind of thing. So there we go, we got that. So let's just tie this. It's already on the right sides. And just tie it like that. And I don't know, some people go under, over. I don't know how they do it. I just go like this. Okay. All right, so that one's sewn in. And then she gives it a good press like this. And the girl in the last video, the one I've been watching, she lives in Tennessee. Her name is Journal Me Crazy, and her name is Candace. Because I can't remember, I think, oh, I remember that, and I get in here, and everything just goes out of my head. Okay, so we got a little bit of time, so let's line this one up. Okay. This picture is bird feathers, if anybody wondered. Okay. But I think that the holes are so much easier to find when you punch them with the little punch thing. I mean, I think most of us have that. I don't know if you want to use a regular, you know, hole punch like you would for tags. I think that might be a little bit too big. And I guess also depending on how big your spine is. Okay, so that's the center of that book. what I did with the ruler. Alrighty, so now take this. This is the first part of the book, and I'm going to line it up and make sure that both the top and the bottom are right. Let me turn it this way a little bit so I can see better. Yeah. Make sure they're all lined up. And then go like that, and like that. See, you can actually eyeball those a lot better. Okay. She used a piece of cork under hers. Okay. Just check and see if these went through all the way. Okay. String. 1, 2, 3. I thought I heard thunder. I think I do hear thunder. So we're probably going to get a little storm tonight or this afternoon. That's the way it is here in the South anyways. We get, well, South and Midwest. I don't understand why. There it goes. I guess I'm just afraid to push it through. Let me pull this all the way through. There's a lot of people that have directions on how to do this kind of binding. You know, so I do have that going up, I hope. Yeah, stop. Gail Augustinelli has one. I watched hers a long time ago. I mean, I've watched a lot of them, but I've only made one of these. I just want to make sure that it's going to be lined up with. Good and tight. Gotta go on that side. As you can see, everything is nice and tight. All right. Scissor. Okay. All right, so they're pretty level. This one looks a little lower. than that one before it, but I don't know. Let me get my string out first. Sorry, I dropped my scissors and I was watching my video back the other day and I said, oh my gosh, you're making all kinds of noise when you drop those scissors. I thought I should get a pad or something. So if I drop them, I don't know that I'm making that noise. I do now. So I'll try to watch for it, but this cord is almost just a little bit too heavy, but okay, there we go. All right, so let's see. This is the top. That's the top. Just want to make sure I'm going the right direction. Okay, so let's lay this down in here and try to get it marked exactly where the other, so that these are nice and even. Okay. I think these pages are all pretty good. That might be able to go up a little bit. Maybe I should have got the pages even before I marked it. Nah, it'll be fine. I feel like I've got, like these should come down a little bit. Yeah, I guess they're all right. None of them are absolutely even, so, but I like mine to be a little off. I don't like them to be okay. Hold on a second. I can't really, whoops. Hold on, I can't. That's not right. Oh, my time's up. That is, maybe I guess adjusting them, that wasn't a good idea after I marked them, because they're not in line now. It's a good thing I noticed it before I did it. All right, let me get these in line again. So yeah, I wouldn't adjust the pages after you mark. Adjust them first, which I don't know why I didn't in the first place. Okay. I decided not to put ephemera in before I put the binding together, put it in the spine, because I was just afraid that there might be some complications or something. And whoop, because I hadn't done this for quite a while. Be the hardest one. Come on. Wrong hole. Hold on. I'll get this all the way through so I can find the right hole. Come on. There we go. Good deal. Okay, I'm gonna check and see if it's all good and tight. It is pretty much. Whoops. That one was a little loose, but I think it's good. Okay. The string isn't this long. All right, so there we go. This one's a little bit high, but this side is pretty good. So, my time is up. So I'm gonna stop here and I'll finish this in the next video, but this is gonna go here. And I'm thinking if I glue this in after we're done, I mean the spine part, because we're gonna actually glue this down to this. Then I can leave it dry overnight. And these can be put on after, I can see that. Okay? All right, so thank you so much for joining me, and I hope everything was understandable, that you could understand how I did that. And I think it's a great way to go. So give it a try. Bye.